Hello and welcome back to Dunk Goes to a Wedding. That's what we're doing now. Duncan is going to a wedding over here and we're going to have a lot of fun. That's the plan. Well, we need a longer term plan, I think, because, well, there's not very much to going to weddings. We need something to work towards. We need a goal. Now, we do have a goal for succession, but as we went through last time, that's pretty much sorted. We just need to wait for one of our many things that could solve it to happen. Right? There are so many things that could solve it. We're just waiting for one of them to actually solve it. So, what would be a long-term goal for us? Well, I think an obvious long-term goal, given that this patch added in new tiers of things, so we have the hegemony at the top, we have the Lord Paramountcies being empires, that means that there are now kingdoms underneath the Lord Paramountcies, such as the kingdom of the Dusk Washes, which, by the way, we have a claim on. So we could potentially start taking some of this land at some point. I think that might be something to work towards. I think that there would be good reasons to do that, and I think that we could do that. So yeah, we'll think about it. But for now, we're at the wedding. There we go, and we're just waiting for it to start. What do we want to do at the wedding? Could try and get alliances with people, potentially. Probably not mischief. Anything else we want to do at the wedding? Seduce? Probably not. Try and get an alliance with the person who's running the wedding. Except he's about to... yeah, he's about to die. So it'd really be Hugh Belgrave I'd be looking at here. Okay. I don't know. Can we diplomacy Hugh Belgrave? Let's see. Ooh. Lady Sorel of the Westerlands is going to be there. Okay. Oh no, you can only do it to landed people. Yeah, that's a problem. That's definitely a problem. In which case, we will simply just do nothing. We'll just recreation. Get whatever events it gives us. Ah, Aegon comes of age. I'm proud to see my son no longer as a child but as an adult. Despite being a curious child eager to learn, Aegon's attention drifted elsewhere as he grew older. Hardly studious, he at least managed to memorize certain choice quotes from the classics. He'll probably never write any great theorems, but he might read one or two. He's an insightful thinker and a trained fighter, and he is an accolade on his way to becoming a full-fledged maester. Okay, interesting. And he's come out arrogant, just, callous and lustful. Alright. Well, that's an odd path for him, but he's over there in the Citadel and we'll leave him to it, I think. 40 days till this begins. Has the guest list, by the way, changed here? Like, do we have more people on it? No, so that's everybody who might have turned up. Okay, that's fine. The wedding ceremony starts. I look around myself in excitement. Everywhere I lay my eyes on, there are mingling guests, flowers on every surface, buzzing servants with loaded dishes, and a very proud host, Lord Humphrey, checking on the final details. The nervous but excited spouses, Hugh and Melissa, are standing at the ready. The ceremony is about to begin. Well, they got the High Septum here to do this. Oh, alright then. Alright. Commander promoted. My master at arms, John, has been showing off a promising new recruit. He may not be as noble stock as you, my friend, if only he knew. But on my name, I swear Adam is someone that you would want on your side. Adam Redwick. He's actually a more noble stock than us, which is even funnier. Yeah, he can serve us. Right. As in he's a noble from birth, rather than our, are asking the king very nicely for a favor. Talking to the king, he just won his war. Cool. Okay. The wedding ceremony. Also, we just finished resin collectors, which I don't think we were building, but I think it must be. Yeah, some of these are building before we took over. So, cool. Right. That is the wedding done. Well, the first part of the wedding done. Now we get to have the banquet. Okay. Speech. Every wedding banquet is host to a frankly interminable number of speeches. Some long, some short, some honest, some deceptive, roiling up and down the hall, punctuating every course of the feast in waves. As my turn nears, I'm left wondering, should I consider the happy couple or focus on the festivities? After all, it's easy for double meanings to get lost for most in this sea of words. I'm going to praise the happy couple as expected. Yeah, we'll do that. Seems reasonable. Can't get away. I know I should be mingling with the other guests, but I just can't tear myself away from my friend John. I can see Melissa trying to get my attention, but every time I try to excuse myself, John has me howling with laughter all over again. Melissa could potentially become our friend. We can sneak out with John, or you must excuse me. Let's try and become friends with Melissa. She had a good time, but we're not friends. Okay. Every feast is always one. Every single feast, one long-winded, ill-born pissant cornering people who will not be silent. This is Davis Dunkel, and he is the pissant for today. Well, let's see what we want to do. We can gently exit the conversation, say, shut up, it's very interesting, or grin and bear it. Yeah, I think we're going to gently exit the conversation. And that gives me a diplomacy lifestyle perk, to which I will grab diplomat. Yep. So we've now finished that. We get more diplomacy. We get influence, which doesn't exist. Independent ruler opinion and personal scheme phase length is faster. Why do I say influence doesn't exist? It's a unique mechanic for administrative and, well, we're not in an administrative government. So effectively, it does not exist for us. Because we don't have a resource for it. Or we don't have a resource for it, and even if we did, we don't have a way to spend it. Right. Pleasing atmosphere. Am I happy to be at the feast? Yeah, and you know what? Because we have no stress, we will gain opinion with everybody else who has one trait in common with us. Which is going to be a lot of people. Okay, cool. In awe. After extensive conversation over delectable dishes, Alana expresses that she finds me most learned and wise, and that my utterances are always of estimable worth to those less well-read than I. Oh, really? Okay, well, she recognizes true intellect, apparently. Not something I think Dunk would have expected. It feels like I've been eating, drinking, mingling, dancing, and singing for days. Soon the celebrations will wind down and the spouses will retire to the private chambers for the consummation of the wedding. For us who remain, though, let's pour another drink and toast to the spouses. Okay. More wedding stuff. Into the night. The newlyweds have taken their leave, consigned by the families to their bedchamber to consummate their union. The rest of us return to the banquet hall to make merry and celebrate. Looking out over the crowd, I bask in the warmth of a happy occasion, drawing strength from the smiling faces in concord. But who is this hunched figure? The rest of the evening is mine to spend how I wish. So, I can look to the paupers, I can talk to Humphrey, I can try and show off, or it looks like poor Eustace could do with a hand. I'm gonna give Eustace a hand. Sure. Who is Eustace anyway? Eustace Harvey. Okay. Well, we're going to give them a hand. Okay, cool. My hook on Lady Eleanor has expired. That's fair. That's fine. We don't really care. And now, the conclusion. Congratulations again. They are married. I gain prestige for turning up. I gain legitimacy, which I do have as a mechanic, but we're only expected to be at level 0, so, you know, we're overachieving, essentially. Yeah. And then they get a bunch of opinion with everyone who attended. That's cool. And well, surely we should get. I guess maybe they only get the grandiose ones because it wasn't a big enough wedding to get everybody a bonus. But okay, that's fine because I think if you celebrate a bigger, if it's a higher tier wedding, you get more stuff. But that's fine. Right. Sit back. We've arrived back. I got my Wanderer experience, and I also got this. So, we've gone all the way down here, which is cool. What do we want to do now? Go just one more hill. Your children have a chance to gain prowess and the traveler trait. Okay. Yeah, some of this is okay. Prowess per level of fame is okay. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with that, actually. Let's grab this. Your children have a chance to gain prowess in the traveler trait. Chance for our children to get some bonuses. Next, it does say we can create an acolyte. Or, it's not an acolyte, an accolade. So we should probably do one. Let's make an accolade. In fact, we can make 2. Okay. Well, let's find somebody who's going to be the person who we give an accolade to. Sir Gorliss? Yeah, I think Sir Gorliss can be here. Yeah, definitely. So, for him, what has he got? He's got Vanguard. So, Vanguard gives you boosts for heavy infantry, which we do have. Tactician, monthly martial lifestyle experience. What else do we have here? Do we have Disciplinarian, which doesn't really matter. Contender, which is okay as well. Valiant, and Huntsmaster. Huntsmaster is good, but I don't think that's what we're going for this time. I'm going to go Contender... Oh, sorry. I'm going to go Vanguard first. Contender second. And... As a name... you know what? He was the person who was looking for redemption initially. So I'm going to call him... the Redeemed. And now I'm questioning myself. Yeah, Redeemed Shield. That's fine. That's what he's going to be. Right. His successor is Oswin. Do we have anyone else? Durlin? Wait, Durlin's his son, right? Yeah, Durlin is obviously his successor for this. Yeah, perfect. That works for me. Next, we need another person. Who is the next person to come in here? Do we have anyone else? Oh, well, we can definitely do something with Aegon Targaryen. Small egg. So he's got Politiker, Mentor. Mentor is okay, right? It's fine, yeah. Politiker is not worth it. Yep, that's all okay. So at the very least we do this. What else has he got? Thug, Stalwart, Pike Captain. We don't have any pikemen. And Scoundrel. I might go Stalwart second. So Mentor first, Stalwart second. Yeah, I think that's fine. And you are going to be the small egg. Definitely. That is your accolade. And then our successor for that can only be Philip. Alright then. Well, then it's going to be Philip. Wonderful. So it seems good to me. Also, people had a suggestion for the Dynastic nickname, which makes a lot of sense. They suggested instead of egg, we go with elm, because that's the type of tree that's on our shield. Perfect. That makes a lot more sense, and that's means it'll now refer to things as elms, like it'll be the black elm or the red elm or whatever, right? So, yeah, that works for us. So that's what we're going to go for. Right. We're now fully back. Anything else we need to do? Don't need to do that. I can declare wars. Oh, all just on random people for random thing. Oh, to free slaves. I see. You can also hold a hunt, although I don't necessarily need to hold a hunt. So we will go and get rid of that here. You can also hold a grand tour. Ooh, you can make a lot of money out of that. And a grand tournament. We could hold our own grand tournament, I guess. That'd be kind of neat. Yeah, could hold one in Duskendale to celebrate us becoming landed. It's got stables, barracks, and a blacksmith. Okay. Well, if it's got stables, we gotta have a joust. I feel like we gotta have melee. Now, do I actually wait? Before I do this, what experience do I need? I need to do archery. Okay, so we need archery and horse. That's the only things we need. Okay, that's fine. Worth having a look at that before we do anything. So I'm going to start with... well, do we start with the jousting or do we end with the jousting? No, let's end with... Oh, yeah, let's end with the jousting. Oh, you can't do it that way? Okay, you gotta do it the other way. So let's start with a melee between teams. Followed by some archery. Followed by a joust. Yeah, that seems reasonable. What else are we going to do here? I mean, negative events left slightly to fire and have great prizes? Sure, let's do that. My goal is to triumph. My champion is Gorlas. Yeah, I think I'm ready. It's going to cost a huge amount of money, but that's fine. I'm happy to spend it. Wait, so I put Gorlas in. He was already our personal champion, I think. Yeah, he was already our personal champion. Okay, because it said he got opinion for being put in as champion. I'm like, but he already was. That's okay. Anyway, we're expecting like pretty much everybody to be at this thing. So, oh, I got some extra score before the thing even started. So we have a ton of guests. We have Lord Paramount Garen Baratheon of the Stormlands, who is Simeon's son. We have Lord Dennis of the Vale. We have all sorts of other people. Eleanor Stokeworth is going to be here. The series of Driftmark. Okay. All sorts of people from all over the place. Some peasant revolts are just going to turn up, apparently. Yeah, wow, that is a lot of people who are turning up to this thing. And this is just the landed ones who were at Duke level. You've got all the individual ones down here. Yeah. Huge number of people turning up. Cool. Anyway, how long till the tourney grounds open? 5 days. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Strongman show. I've had this one before. We are going to study his techniques. Increase my score. Wonderful. That's fine. Any new guests arriving? No. Oh, wait a second. Lord Commander of the Kingsguard is going to be here. That is definitely cool. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're going to see tons of different people turning up to this. I think I want to go to Artisans next, which is in 17 days. Right. That's fine. More guests have arrived. So that was the Baratheons arriving, I believe. And potentially the Vale at the same time. Artisans' quarters. Fine favor. As I prepare for my upcoming match, I spot Lady Melian of Rootvine hailing me by waving a handkerchief around, offering me her favor. And then Lady Marild of Cantondale appears, holding out her handkerchief as well. Okay. Well, I'm going to say I have a match to focus on. We do have a new wife, so I feel like taking the favor would be unwise. Right. And anyone new? No, so I think it is who it says that there's going to be there. Now. Feathered Entertainment. Okay, well this is the bird race here. I could learn. I get some falconer experience. You know what? Let's learn a thing or two. Let's get some falconer experience. Let's go back to the artisan's quarters. Taylor Erroneous Escuchion. Okay, so this is the one that's kind of intrigue focused. So I don't really care. But we could get the tall crest from her. Get 0.05 renown per month. You know what? Give me a tall crest. That's fine. We'll increase our renown ever so slightly. We're almost getting 1 a month. We've qualified for the melee, as is Gorlas and 2 of my captains. Okay. My champion Gorlas and I will show Lord Eldrick what's what. So Eldrick Redfort is the person we're against here. Okay. Glory will be ours. I'm not going to cheat. Melee cornered. Yanked from my saddle by a polearm, I stagger upright, my head ringing. The perpetrators round on me immediately. My apologies for the rough landing, but we're not taking any chances. 3 of them, all heavily armed. Their aim is clear. I'm a high-value target, one that will bring great riches and ransom. As my head clears, I can make out 2 figures approaching from behind my assailant's shoulders, bedecked in my team's colours. The 3 grinning wretches have no idea as to their sudden danger. But my rescue is surely at hand, should I want it. As I stand back, these 3 are mine. Or have at them. I'll say have at them. I think that's fine. We'll allow our team to help us. Sweet refuge. Exhausted, I stagger into the austere comforts of a refuge. All around me are competitors from both sides, armor rent and twisted, swords blunted and chipped. Squires and servants scurry around helping their charges. I spy a few of my teammates restoring themselves. They greet me wearily as I slump down beside them, weary and aching. Watching from my shady position, I can see a resourceful market seller readying some hastily assembled food and drink to sell to the shattered fighters. Roland and Costin watch the seller with some hope, while Jaceres cheerfully mumbles something about a speech. I can beckon over the seller, gather round you lot, or leave him to it. I'm going to beckon over the seller. Let's do it. Okay, our team's score increased. It cost me a lot of money, but that's okay. The shadows loom long as the battle wears on, the fray shrinking as contestants limp away. Wheeling my horse, I think back to what has transpired so far, such as when seeking rest, I briefly took shelter in a refuge. Events are clearly coming to a head as tired battle lines are drawn up once more. The opportunity to stamp my mark in this contest is now. Okay, I will win a soldier's victory. Sloppy standards. I don't like that there's another event in between things here. Screamers of commoners and nobles alike flock to the contest grounds, vying to secure a good view of the melee. A horrendous groan pierces the excited hubbub. A stand overloaded with spectators gives way with a crash. Its mass of screaming victims are sent tumbling from view. As recriminations fly, my fellow contestant, Lord Grover of Stillside, staunchly discourages punishing the stand's builders. This was an act of the father, nothing else. Okay. I don't really have money for the bereaved. But we'll compensate them anyway. It's the bereaved we must look to. The final blows. The ploy was a stunning blow. The tide shifts in my team's favour, multiple riders breaking free as we overwhelm their flank, racing towards the opposition's camp. We can only hope they reach it before the same happens to us. My team is clearly in better shape. Victory is so close I can taste it. I can see the heralds begin to make their way onto the field to signal the conclusion of the event. The end draws near. I think we just won. Fantastic. Wait, no we didn't? We lost? What? I thought that was the winning sound. I was thinking, wait a second, that was the losing picture. No, we lost. Okay. Lord Eldric's team beat me. What? My qualifying captains were Pilaro, Gorlas, and Jonah. Wow. Okay, I just get melee participant. I was kind of hoping the money would pay off the stands, if I'm honest with you. Tourney grounds. As I take in the air on my horse, admiring the bustle of Duskendale, I spot that vaunted figure, Lord Commander Roland, defending his Passage of Arms camp. Some petty challenger hobbles away from the road as the captain returns contentedly to his seat, admiring the spurs he has just collected. He jumps up when he spots me, eager for another fight, but quickly realizes who I am. Squinting up at me with a smile, Roland bows. Well met, my Lord of Duskendale. I can show him how a lord tilts. Okay, and there's a chance that we kill him on that one. You're a mighty warrior, I could use you. I could pay money to him to steal him away from King Valar? Probably not. I'd say I think that's enough. Or keep it up. You know what? I'm going to show you how a lord tilts. A lord's pride. A gaggle of onlookers gathers as Roland and I mount our horses, taking position. Without hesitation, he suddenly charges lance lowered in a flurry of dust and thundering hooves. I race forwards, concentrating all my attention on the bobbing lance tip that rushes to meet him. My shaft shatters against his shield with an almighty crack, sending him lolling back in the saddle as I fly past. I quickly circle back, hauling him upright and checking for wounds. I'll be alright, he growls. Here, my spurs. I told you I'd show you. Okay, he will gain a personal claim on Roland's spurs. And we have now, I guess, gained them? Hey, and I lost the trait Wounded that I apparently picked up. So just give us a very small amount of renown per month if we wanted it. Let's take off that and let's put that on. And then I can't destroy these, right? Nope. Okay. For some reason. Yeah, the destroy buttons disappeared. So there must be another way that you're meant to get rid of them in the mod. Anyway, that's fine. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you're meant to give them away. Maybe we will give them away. Right, artisans is... I actually don't have any money right now. Temple? We always go to the temple. The father's favors. Okay. I'm going to ask for the warrior to bring me glory. Okay, cool. Tourney grounds. Let's go. Boisterous revelry. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to skip that one. Yep, we can't see any of the other ones because, or we can't go to any of the other ones because the contest will start first. Orlas did not qualify. Okay, it's time to show the world my skill. Tragedy at the butts. I step up to the line, pulling an arrow from the barrel and carefully draw my bow, peering down the shaft at the distant target. At the very moment I commit, loosening my grip, a figure suddenly emerges from behind the butt. The shot flies true straight towards them. A gasp rises from the spectators, and after what seems like an eternity, the form keels over, groaning feebly. A valet soon confirms the worst. The peasant is quite dead. No points for that arrow. The family will be cared for. Okay, we'll pay some money there. I'm not going to cheat to make Elmo miss. Hey, new diplomacy perk. Nice. Okay, we're going to grab Heart of the Family because we want Groom to rule next. So we need to take Heart of the Family first. I'm going to say I'm one with my bow. And we got a great score increase. Do we win this one? We did indeed. Wonderful. That's what we like to see. So I won. I get some money. I get some prestige. I get Merry Aim. And I'm going to get some archer experience at the end, which will finish our archer track, which is great. Tourney grounds? Impressed. The tourney grounds are bustling with preparations. The pages run around carrying pieces of armor that make them look like tiny scarecrows. Wait, one of them yells, picking up a helmet. I hear a familiar giggle coming from the tribunes and see Lady Casella surrounded by other women who cover their mouths with handkerchiefs. She doesn't wave at me. She doesn't need to. This is our wife. Coming for exercise, Captain Costas walks past me, raising his chin. You'll need it. Your relationship has increased fertility. Doesn't really matter when she's minus 1,000. Well, I only need to impress myself, I will say. Okay. Let's go and visit. I still really can't visit this one. Let's maybe go tent camp. Nightly fanfare. In a win this, my Captain Owen exclaims. It'll be trivial, like when you commanded and won the Battle of Brushton against Will. Who's Will? Oh, okay. You're much too chivalrous and charming to fail. Feels good to know my captains have my back. I'm going to feel unstoppable. And now the tourney grounds, soon. Which we're now going to. A glorious guest. Hear ye, hear ye. On this finest of days, we are blessed with the presence of a true virtuoso. He has vanquished all comers from the wall to Ashai. It's my honor and privilege to introduce to you the most skilled, the most splendorous, the best in the world, Lord Ulbert of the Peasants' Revolt. Oh. Okay. I think, well, I see if he'll teach us a thing or two. Okay, he gave us a few tips. That's fine. Oh, okay. Ulbert converted to Crownlander. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. Right, back over here. We have qualified for Joust. My champion did not qualify. Contestants circle the lists on horseback. Valets holding their arms aloft as the herald announces the contest commencement. Squires scurry to and fro, bedecked in their liege's colours, carrying equipment and supplies for the bouts ahead. The Joust qualifiers have come to an end, and it's clear who will be put forward for the quarterfinals as it stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave no question as to the favourites. The inclusion of Dale of Needlefield, a skilled crown-high Valyrian captain of obscure origin, has caused quite a stir. My first bout, I've been paired against my fellow contestant, Lord Jacelyn of Murden. Also, there's Dale, a lowborn. Interesting. And we have Jacelyn of Murden here. The Craven. Well, I hope that I'm ready to beat the Craven. Who else have we got in here? Lord Eldrick is in this as well. He's been paired against Lord Ellis Pierceman. The Lord Commander of the King's Guard is here, paired against Lord Morgan Dunstable. Lord Gilbert of House Groves is here, and he was paired against Dale. I'm ready. Go to the mark, couch the lance, rest back upon the saddle, wait for the signal, lean forward, aim. The sequence of jousting is almost mechanical to me by now, but as the twin impacts shudder through me, a sharp searing pain flares along my arm. Blood flows freely from a livid bicep wound, my opponent Jacelin's lance having sliced viciously along my upper arm. It's a grave wound. Nobody would accuse me of cowardice for dropping out. Indeed, several concerned valets are insisting I do just that. Say, put me back on my horse. I'm made of sterner stuff than that. Discretion is the better part of valor. I'm gonna say, put me back on my horse. The banners flicker and flap in the breeze, stealing away the crowd's breath for a moment as I curb my horse. I hoist my lance as the previous events of the contest play back through my mind, like when I fought through an injury after taking a severe blow to my flank. I'm on top, but there's still another tilt left. All I need is to draw this last pass. Aim for the head, aim high, go low. Or, I think I saw this tell in a prior pass. Let's go for the head. Hey, I lost wounded as well. That's nice. First, the sound of the crash, then an instant later, a shuddering jolt up my arm. Then suddenly another sound, the crowd's acclaim. My lance strikes home with force, shattering on my adversary's shield. Even more notably, they have missed entirely. We reset a last time as my horse thunders towards Jacelin. I have a good feeling about this tilt. My lance catches him full in the chest, throwing him to the ground in a shower of splinters as my horse continues on. The judges call an end. I have won. Alright, who else made it through? So we have Duncan, Eldrick, Morgan, and Dale made it through. The next bout will be against Lord Morgan. Well, no matter what happens, if we win against Morgan, then the final is going to be interesting. Because it's going to be us versus either Eldrick, who beat us in the melee, or Dale, the lowborn. So, I can do this. An arm and a leg. The sights and sounds of a joust are always something to behold. The clashing of lance on shield cuts through the noise of thundering hooves as waiting horses whinny and snort. It is, as I am listening keenly, that another noise rings through the field. A sharp yelp presages the sound of a gathering commotion. I hurry over to join it. A ring of people surround Morgan, who has clearly fallen from his horse before his match. His arm hangs at a rather grisly angle. A mercy, then, that he also appears to be quite dazed. Fetch my physician. Okay, Jonas did very well. Full tilt. Well, I'm going to aim for his head now. And we have won. Fantastic. Okay. That's fine. Victory. Eldrick is through to the final. Okay, it's a rematch of the melee then. Let's go. I can do this. Who are you? A noise cascades down from the stands as my horse flutters its ears in light distress. I pat his mane reassuringly. The crowd has been awfully hostile for this round. Indeed, as I scan them, they burst into song. You're not singing. I'm not going to sing it. Anyway, you're not singing, you're not singing, you're not singing anymore, or you're not singing anymore. It's football chant, basically. A few of them are even leaning over the barriers, and I note with alarm the baying, spittle-flecked faces in the front row screaming at me. So I say they'll have to deal with my victory. I'm not sure that winning would be in my best interests. I'm going to say they will have to deal with my victory. I successfully shook off the crowd's abuse. Fantastic. Aim for the head. And I believe we have just won the joust. First the sound of the crash, then instantly to the shuddering jolt up my arm. We have defeated Eldrick. Wonderful. Contest winner. Trumpets sound, the crowd clamours, competitors begin to assemble. The contest is over, and someone's moment in the sun is being readied. A herald steps forward, voice booming out across the scene. Many trials, some tribulations, above all else, some truly spirited competition. Lord Duncan the Tall beat Lord Eldrick in the final. Duncan is our winner. My champion Goreless didn't even qualify. Victory affords me the privilege of naming a Queen of Love and Beauty for the Tourney of Duskendale. Almost every noble lady sits in demure anticipation, but the crowd baying for this one or that one to be named betrays the truth of what is at stake. Should I make a sensible choice? But what if I mean to set the world on fire? I'm going to choose my wife. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing to do. I'm also a champion jouster now. Okay. Conclusion. Lord Eldrick's team carried the day at the melee, had the truest aim, or the finest aim at any in the archery, and I broke innumerable lances to prove my quality in the joust. And give some words as I'm the host, and I get a prize axe and a prize brooch from that. Plus a bunch of experience in Hastluder. And we get a thing in Duskendale for a bit. And all qualifying acclaimed captains get stuff. And I gain 75 renown. Oh wait, did I gain 75 renown? Interesting. That's very convenient that I gained 75 renown, isn't it? It's because, you know, like, if I gain 75 renown, I could do something like disinherit her. Right? I would lose legitimacy for it, but that's fine. They're going to be a little unhappy at me, but I am going to I'm going to disinherit Prunella Tall. Wait, I need 150? I thought I only needed 75. And I need 150. I was sure I needed 75. Alright, well, whatever. We'll wait a little bit longer on that one then. I thought it said 75 when we hovered over it. Anyway, must not have, because if it did, then it would be done. I'm going to get rid of the animal figurine for now, and we're going to put on the prize brooch. Is the axe any better than our sword? It is. Yeah, it is better than our sword. But yeah, we've had the sword a while, but you know what? We'll switch up to the axe for now. And I'm going to have a quick look at our... Where are we here? Our acclaimed knight here. And I'm going to give you, if you do not have a weapon, which you do not, I'm going to grant you my sword. There we go. Fantastic. And give more stuff as well, I suppose. Not, I think I will. What's a range introduction? Introduce Aegon Targaryen to a potential spouse in the hopes of making a love match. The list will only include those potential spouses he has interest meeting with. Oh, okay. I'm going to give him the animal figurine as well. And I'm going to give him the lucky rabbit's paw. Right. Yeah, people were suggesting that I marry him to my daughter. But the reason I don't want to do that is that is Egg's only son. So I feel like I don't want to do that. So that's the main reason for it. But yeah, we should potentially find him somebody to marry. Range introduction. There's all sorts of people. Ooh, okay. So this is kind of what I was looking to do with Big Egg. I just didn't actually... well, yeah, we just didn't have the option at the time. Sort by prestige gain. Oh, Leona Tyrell? That might be your best option, marrying a Tyrell. I would think so. Yeah, I think marrying a Tyrell would be your best option here. What's House Scales? No idea what House Scales is, but apparently it's a long-running house. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go with Leona Tyrell, granddaughter of Lord Gorman. The Tyrells, they are still in charge of... Yeah, they are still Lord Paramountcy here. Okay. So she's like a cousin Tyrell? Okay, yes. So she is cousin to the current Lord Paramount. Thinking about it? No, she is niece to the current Lord Paramount. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's reasonable. Right. Let's arrange an introduction. And they will travel to our court to meet each other. Or she will travel to our court to meet him. Nice. And we can now pay homage to our liege. Don't quite have enough to do that, actually. To bestow gifts, but we'll wait until we do and then we'll go. I've heard good things about you and I'm interested in starting a written conversation. This is Lord Roger Hayford. I hope that this letter finds you willing and I'm waiting your swift reply. Signed, Lord Roger of Hayford. I'll exchange letters with Roger. That's fine. Okay. So it's a faction against the Lord Paramount here. So what's that? A Liberty faction wants the lower Crown Authority. Thank you for your swift response. I'm looking forward to our correspondence. Please, I implore you, pick the first subject for us to discuss. I guess we're going to talk about etiquette because all the other ones cost me money. Or talk about poisons. That's fine. Hey, our prize brooch just got something immediately. It's got scheme secrecy. 1% extra scheme secrecy. You're invited to a grand tournament. Lord Wallace's one. Well, we might go to that. But we're going to go to that next time. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.